Okay, in this short how-to video, I'm going to show you how to Zenithal prime a miniature. This is one I've previously done. This is a dwarf from Mantic's Dwarf King's Hold. So as you can see, he's dark underneath, light on top. For priming, I have this Lord of the Rings Urukai Shaman figure. So what we're going to need for this is we're going to need a black primer of your choice. I use Vallejo black surface primer, and we're also going to need a grey primer. I use Vallejo primer for that. These are polyurethane based primers. Should leave 24 hours between each application. Make sure your mini is cleaned up before you prime. Unfortunately, I have just missed a little bit and just noticed it on him. With this being a metal mini, there is sometimes these little snakes on them. There we go, it's gone. Pop up every so often. So what we're going to do first, give our primer a light shake. This may get a little bit noisy because I'm using my airbrush for this. For this I'm using a cheap Chinese airbrush. I tend to prefer to use these rather than my more expensive eye waters, because this is, if it breaks, it breaks, and I don't need exact, precise coverage. So this I find is ideal for the job. So we're just going to take a couple of drops of this. You only need a little tiny bit. So this, just flick on my compressor. As you can see here, I've had a lot of questions about this. This is a quick release. They're about £2. And it allows you to quickly disconnect and swap airbrushes without having to screw and unscrew, so you're not wearing the threads out. Simple as that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to mount our figure first, like I do with all of them. It's cork. I've got 2 stuck under mine. Some people prefer to base before priming, and some people prefer to base after. I prefer to do before, because then the paint you're spraying on is also going to secure the sand as well, or whatever it is you're using to base your minis. Except for flock, obviously you don't want to spray your flock. That wants to go on last, so I'm just going to make sure our airbrush is working, which it is. Okay, so this we get all over the mini. This is our first coat. Spray nice and even all over our model. Sorry if this camera angle is not exactly the bestest of angles, because I'm waiting for my new camera setup to arrive. My new desk is on its way as well. So make sure we get every single piece of this mini with the black primer. This is actually our securing primer. So it's well covered. You can leave this for 24 hours to dry, but I'm going to accelerate the process. I'm just going to pause the video while I get the hairdryer on it, and I shall be back with you in a few seconds. Sorry. Okay, so now I've loaded up my airbrush with some grey primer. What I tend to do, hold the miniature flat, and at a 45-degree angle, quite far away with the airbrush, we just spray down. And rotate the miniature slowly. And this is called Zenithal priming, or Zenithal highlighting, whichever you want to do. Give it a couple of sprays like that, so we've got a nice flat coat. And as you can see, only the top half is purely grey, and then underneath is black. So when we come to put our top coat on this, we'll get a nice gradient, especially if you're airbrushing on as well. You airbrush a nice thin coat on, and we'd get perfect highlighting with very little work needed. So hope this has helped some people with how to prime their minis. And until next time, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe to my channel. Cheers.